Alright, you're on.
Welcome, folks. We're just trying to work out the bugs. A lot of bugs. Well, not in food or anything. This is a cooking show. We're getting set up and we're ready to go, almost. But it's, it's not that easy to get everything done there. You can't make a cooking show in 2 minutes. So pay attention. Take it easy. It's going to be about 5 minutes. Oh, you have the apron? I'm wearing a green apron. It's not Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day. This is just an apron I stole from where I used to work. If ever you work somewhere and you got a chance to steal an apron, go for it. They're never going to know. It's a linen service. They're getting paid for it anyways. What we're going to use is what we got. And this is what we got. We've been planning this for weeks. But we only brought out our menu today. Carrots, 57 cents a giant tiger. For 2 pounds.
Okay. And apples.
Apples.
Very good, by the way.
They're old. They're in the fridge. They're starting to get brown. You don't want to give them to your kids. Just because they're like, oh, there's brown shit on that. I don't want to eat that. Well, cook them and do something with it. And then your kids will eat it. They won't know because you already peeled the fucking things. So you're good to go. So we got apples.
Okay. We got some prime pork tenderloin.
Pork tenderloin. You can always use that. They put it on sale all the time. No frills every now and then. Wherever you can find it cheap, it goes like $1.92 on sale or something like that. You buy the big ass thing, you chop it all up like Todd did, and then you have something whenever you want. Cheap, right. Cheap.
It was this long. It was this long when I bought it. It was that big. It was huge.
Yeah, we all say that.
$9.
It was this big.
Yeah, $9 though, man. That's all it cost.
What else we got in the magic bag? This is the giant tiger bag that we took from my house.
Okay, so we got.
We remembered that we were going to do a cooking show today.
Some yellow sugar. Brown sugar.
Yellow sugar. We can glaze something, maybe some onions or carrot. We can glaze carrots. Hold on. Glaze carrots. What else we got?
Alright, we got green pepper.
Green pepper? From the garden.
Oh, where'd you get that?
From the garden. I took that out of my garden. If you don't have a garden, you know somebody that has a garden and they got too many of these fucking things, are throwing them in the garbage. So you say, hey, give me some peppers, and I'll take those. So we got a green pepper.
Some yellow beans.
Yellow beans. My garden patch was pretty small.
Everything's all wet.
There's only about 8 of them. And everything's wet because we didn't put it back in the freezer.
It's frozen.
We have 2 white pouches of stuff that I had in a taco mix. And I was hungry one night and I ate all the taco shells. And this is what's left.
Cinnamon. Got some cinnamon here.
We can make 100 different things with this. This show is about what you got in your cupboard. If you're hungry, onions. Not saying we have a sponsor just yet, but Giant Tiger, I bought a lot of good stuff there today. It was like $1.22 for something for a 2 pound bag of onions. We're using this for our promo for Giant Tiger. Is that it? Is that all we got? Alright, so I'm saying we're gonna thaw these in the microwave, get them nice and mushy. We're gonna we have remember the croutons?
Oh yeah, the croutons.
Croutons.
Alright. Croutons.
Alright.
Croutons.
We're gonna mash these up as fine as we can get them. We're gonna bread the pork chops. First, we're gonna marinate the pork chops real quick, and then we're gonna bread them in this. Was there eggs in there?
Yeah, there's eggs.
I'm pretty sure I saw eggs.
Yeah, eggs.
We're gonna do that all up. We're gonna get this stuff ready. Marinate that. We got a green pepper. We got onions. We're gonna caramel some onions with some brown sugar, a little bit of oil, a little bit of I don't know, whatever you got, like oil, margarine. I can't believe it's not butter. Whatever you have, something that'll fry that up. This will caramelize it, which means it's going to taste like sweet, but it's still going to taste like a vegetable. It's like eating like some really sweet vegetables. Margarine.
There you go.
We got some cinnamon here, but what we're going to do is with the cinnamon we're going to use that to put it with the apples. Because we got apples. Make a little applesauce or whatever. Throw that on the stove. There's pork chops and applesauce. It's in every show you ever heard a commercial or whatever. Alright, so the first thing we gotta do is we gotta get our meat thawed. Gotta thaw some meat. So I'm going to throw this in the microwave for a chunk of frozen meat about this big. I don't know, that big. People they push defrost, and you're at it all day long. 35, 40 seconds at a time. Just keep checking it. It only takes a few seconds to check it. So we're going to throw that in the microwave. Alright, so we got 45 seconds to think about something else. Anytime you start cooking, it doesn't matter if you know what you're cooking or not, it's good to boil some water. Because at some point, you're probably going to need to boil something. Whether it's pasta, whether it's like some hot water to speed up your vegetables, or whatever. It's good to have some hot water on the go boiling. Because if you got 2 or 3 kids to feed, and an angry wife, or whatever the hell you got, everything's got to be fast. Fast, all the time. If you work in a restaurant, you know what I'm talking about. Wrong element. You know what? We're going to turn them both on, because we're going to probably put something on there later. Your heat's already going to be ready. So we got some boiling water going. The pork chops just went. Alright. The producer says we got to friggin' plan out what we're doing before we start turning on elements.
Safety.
It's safety. Safety first all the time. See? Work the chops. Move them around. Another 45 seconds. So we're going to caramelize some onions. Or a onion. We're going to end up putting that with our pork chops. And apples and pork chops go together as applesauce. We're not going to do a big old fancy applesauce thing. We're just going to take a little bit of because you use old apples. Because when you buy apples at $2.99 a pound, and your kids don't eat them, they just sit in your crisper all the time. And what the hell do I do with these apples? You know, throw them in the garbage, and you're pissed because you threw out $2.99 worth of fucking apples. So instead of doing that, we're not going to peel and we're just going to take all the brown shit off or whatever. We're going to boil them up. See? Boiling water. That's why we did it. So we're just going to do a quick peel. Get the top off, the bottom off. And if there's a little bit of skin on that, who cares? Because you're boiling the shit anyways, so it doesn't matter. I see a cutting board over here. Hold on, we got a cutting board too. We're going to throw that right into that boiling water that I set up a little while ago. Cores and all. Because it doesn't matter. We're not eating the cores, right? We're making sauce out of it. So you got to strain the shit anyways, right? So there you go. We're going to do maybe 2 more apples just for argument's sake. It's going in here. See, water's already hot. Good to go. You can do this right before if you want. You don't have to do right away. You can do this 2 days before. And buy that cheap ass lemon juice they got at the store there every now and then. It's $1.92. You can put your apples, your pears, whatever, any kind of fruit you're chopping up for anything you want to do. You take that stuff, you put it in a jar, if there was a jar there. Put a little bit of lemon juice in it. I wasn't looking at the camera, sorry, I was looking down there. Trying not to cut my fucking fingers off. Okay, 1 more apple. For shit, well, I can't look at this. I can take my finger out.
Come on.
I can do it. See, I'm not even looking. After a while, you'll be able to do this blindfolded. You gotta keep watching After Darks.
Oh yeah, it's After Darks.
It's After Darks. This is the name of our show, by the way. It's called After Darks. But you can call it whatever you want. If you're playing poker, you can call it After Poker. If this show comes on at 2 in the morning, you can call it After Banging My Wife, whatever you want. This is a show about cooking at the end of the night when, it's a little bit dark outside, Alright, so there's our applesauce. It's already cooking.
And you're hungry.
And you're hungry.
And you gotta eat.
And you gotta eat. You gotta eat, right?
You gotta eat.
You gotta eat. Might as well eat at the end of the night when, you're hungry. Okay. Now we're going to do some chops. I'm going to go into my magic box of stuff. Got a bowl. Alright, in this bowl, we're going to put a little bit of brown sugar. So if you're a measuring kind of person, about maybe half a cup or whatever. We're going to caramelize some onions. What that means is onions, a lot of people don't like onions. Just because it's a very strong taste. Alright. We're talking about caramelizing onions. A little bit of oil, you don't need much oil, but you do need a little bit. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to, we don't want them super, super thin, but at the same time, you don't want big ass chunks of onions, right? So kind of like whenever you go to a restaurant there and you order a hamburger steak, hope I don't cut my finger off. Right, hold on a second. You're going to get a big close up of me. See how thick that is? We're talking about maybe a 1/4 inch, give or take. Okay? Something like that. And you don't chop them up into little tiny pieces either. Gotta go in the bag of tricks. Frying pan. Right. So you need about this much. Well, maybe a little more. So just a little. So you're talking about maybe 3 tablespoons. If you're into measuring like that. This is why you gotta wear your apron. Don't be shy to get your apron dirty. That's why you're wearing one. You're wearing one because you like to cook and you're gonna get stuff done. Well, I'm trying to show off the apron, but it looks like I'm trying to look feminine or something.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got the whole onion in there. You should probably use 2. We only brought 1 because that's all we had.
I got more in first.
Oh yeah, that one doesn't work. Now, if you're missing an element, don't worry, you still got 3. That's all you need. 4 elements, we're never going to use more than 3 elements, ever. So this one. Alright, so we're going to take the sugar, and we're going to take, what else do we need for that? We need a little bit of oil, margarine, we already got that in, we got the sugar.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon, yeah, cinnamon. Hell yeah.
$1.
Store, 99 cents. Handful of cinnamon, it'll last you a while. Now you're probably saying, why are we putting cinnamon in there? Why not? Why not? Cinnamon. You have like a year's supply for $1 from Dollarama. That's what it looks like. Mix up all the cinnamon, and if you don't want to mix it up, it doesn't matter because it's all going in there anyways. So there you go. A little bit of water doesn't hurt. So right now we only have a little bit of oil in there. It's good to have oil. The water's going to burn off anyways, right? We want to get this shit going, right? So a little bit of water in there, get it boiling. The water will burn off. It'll cook faster. All right. We're going to be putting those pork chops. We want to bread them first, right? A little bit. So you got to need some bread. So bread, crackers, cornflakes, whatever you have lying around, made from flour, type thing. Croutons is what we're using today. We're using garlic and onion croutons. But if you don't have any, maybe your neighbor does and he owes you a favor. And this works good too. You gotta crush them. The finer the better. We're just crushing those up with a beer bottle and a big bowl. If you don't have a stainless bowl, any other kind of bowl will work. As long as it's bowl shaped.
Little whole crouton.
We lost one.
No.
If you have a dog, you can give it to the dog. This is a lot of work. You should maybe get somebody, a friend of yours, to do this first, if you want, because, man. Okay, we're almost there. We might end up cutting a few minutes out of this.
Okay,
Well, that's as good as it's going to get today.
Can we cut?
We'll be right back after these messages.
We'll just have to get some footage of you trying.
That's alright. That's all right. Alright, folks, so the apples are going a little bit. They're starting to get nice and hot. They're starting to melt down, which is what we want, because we want those nice and mushy once ever we smash those up. Alrighty. Now for shits and giggles, what we're going to do, we got some little yellow beans here that we picked up out of my garden. We're going to cut the tips off of those. Not that you really have to. It ain't like the tips are going to poison you or anything, but you're going to get the tips off. And they do say that you should probably wash them first, so we're going to do that for argument's sake, because they were right from the garden into the freezer. This is going to be more for garnish for anything else. I don't know, just to say there's a couple beans in there. And you don't want to waste anything, right? You always got to, like, if you're composting, or if you're, you got a blender that you want to put stuff in, because this is our leftover blender. We don't waste anything at After Darks. There you go. Now we got some beans here. What we're going to do is we got some onions that are caramelizing over here. I threw a little bit of carrots in there. We're going to throw the beans in there too. Mine is the apple core. And we don't want this to get all like super, super mushy. This is the kind of stuff that we're going to put right on top of our pork chops. But it takes a while. So get somebody to do it ahead of time if you got time to do it. There's a little bit of water in there. Oh, and these apples are looking good. Now we got to get to the meat of the whole goddamn thing. Yellow sugar, you don't need it anymore. But everybody likes to put their finger in that yellow sugar. What's it talk about? No. Sure? Yeah. Come on. Alright. We're going to get the pork chops out. Is there eggs? We have eggs?
Yeah.
We need 1 egg. I'm just gonna where going? I didn't go anywhere. You want a brown egg or a white egg?
Brown egg.
Brown egg. Okay, so what we're gonna do is whip this up. We're gonna dip our pork chop in there before we put it into the breadcrumbs. Just because the breadcrumbs got to stick some, because it's pork. It's not very sticky to begin with. So that's what we got to do. Let's go down in my magic bag of tricks over here. Ta-da! Alright, ready? Little on the side, little on the top. There you go. I'm just going to go over here, get something. I'm not taking any brown eggshells out of this. I swear I'm not. 3. They weren't looking. Alright, so we gotta beat this up now. Cabbage. No, that's not going in the bag. I was thinking about it. Yeah. Alright, so you want to beat up an egg a little bit?
Oh, we got a whisk in the jar.
We have a whisk in the jar. Sanitize that. Okay, we got a little pot here going there, pretty good. That's our beans, our caramelized onions. You want to shake that stuff up a little bit. The way we cut these carrots, they're nice and thin, so you want to keep those on the bottom of the pan. Don't be afraid to put your fingers in there. 350 kills all bacteria. It's all good. Alright. So we're going to stir this up. Hey, you know what would be good? You know what would be good to put on this? Because we'll take a little bit of juice out of that, what we got going. We're going to take a little bit of juice out of that, a little bit of sweet, just a couple drops, just to say. Oh, look at that. Look at that stuff. That's going to form onto our pork chops. See, I didn't buy that. We made it. It's free. And this is where we're going to put our pork chops in once we dip into our mushed up croutons. Okay, pork chops are in the microwave. Oh yeah. See? Oh yeah. Couple chops. Throw those in there, move them around. Now don't forget, this is like just 1 egg with whatever juice you got frying behind it. Doesn't matter what it is. It's going to add flavor. It can be sweet. It can be garlic. It can be any kind of stuff you got going on. It doesn't matter. It's extra flavor in what you're going to eat. And that's what makes a difference. That's like pretty good stuff. Alright, we're going to throw this in some breadcrumbs. Alright, so all we need now is a little plate of some sort. We got one right here. We have that there on purpose just for this event. Okay, now check this out. You got little chunks of croutons, but you got a lot of like really, really small chunks of croutons on there. That's going to soak up the oil. That's what's going to make it crispy. That's your fried chicken. That's your, you know what I mean? Like anything you fry, this is what makes it crispy. Now, whenever you get down, see, you already did one chop. So this stuff, she's getting a little chunky there. Like we're talking like, little nuggets there. So you got to crush that up again. Let me find my beer. Well, we need a new beer. Alright. Good thing about a little bowl is it holds a big bowl on top of the beer. There you go. So you gotta crunch it up a little bit more. It's gotta be small, because if it ain't small, it ain't gonna hold on to your pork chop, and it ain't gonna hold the breading, and your pork chop ain't gonna be crispy. It's gonna be a big old chunk of pork. It ain't gonna taste good. Well, it will, but it won't taste as good. This is what you gotta do. I know. Alright. Now we're gonna take pork chop number 2. I'm smelling something sweet here. That's the brown sugar. Always keep an eye on your pan if you're cooking with sugar. Because that shit will brown up and fucking burn in like 2 minutes. You want to add a little bit of liquid to that? Beer never hurts. Barley, fiber, it's all good for you. There you go. See, now you're really going to get a nice caramel brown out of that. Because of the sugar, because of the beer. This is going to go over our pork chops. Everything's almost pretty much cooked. We've got to just take that down to like minimum. That's going to stay there for when we need it. Alright, so now we got pork chop number 2. We're going to throw that in there, toss that around. You want to get as much on there as you can. You got to break some up with your hands. I know your hands are all gross and crappy there right now because you got egg on it and everything else. But get as much on there as you can. Now these little things that we're putting on there, there's some that are big. They're going to absorb the moisture in your hands as well as in the egg. So they're going to be all soft. We're going to sit that down and then it's going to all absorb it. In about 10 minutes, there's no crunchy pieces left on that. It's going to suck up the oil, suck up the butter, whatever you're putting in it. Real butter with that is, well, it's a heart attack waiting to happen, but fuck man, that's the shit. Your oil that you use whenever you fry this stuff is what you want whenever you're breading something. It's going to taste like what your pork chops are going to taste like your oil. It's going to taste like half pork chops, half of whatever you're using to cook it in. So you got to make sure you cook it in the right shit. This is going to be for our pork. Now our pork, we're going to fry that up maybe over here. We got our caramelized green peppers going. Not green peppers, but sorry, yellow beans. Our carrots, our onions. That's ready to go. It looks brown, but that's good. Because it's vegetables and sugar. It's like the 2 best things on the pan. Vegetables and sugar. Okay, we're going to fry these up in some balanced equilibrio margarine non-hydrogenated oil. You get that? Alright. We want to put lots. Doesn't matter what kind of oil you're using. Put lots.
Like vegetable oil.
There's vegetable oil?
Yeah.
Well, what we're going to do is we have vegetable oil too. It's all about making food with what you got. So, here comes vegetable oil. Up here?
Yeah.
Whew. Montreal style steak spice. That's the cat's house right here. That's the fucking bonus of the whole show. I had no idea that this was here. Don't even wait till the meat's in there. Just put some in right now. Right in there with your oil. That'll sizzle up with your oil, and what's going to happen, it's going to soak up some of the flavor from the spice. Is going to soften up your spice. They're not going to be rock hard like they are in here. It'll soften up your spice. It'll take it out, and it's going to put it on your meat whenever your meat's in there. So we're going in there for a while. It's a pleasant surprise. We're using 100% olive oil, virgin olive oil, or canola. It's all good. It's not like fried chicken or fried meat, but it's pretty close. Because that's how you're getting your flavor. It's all about oil, man. You bake a chicken or fry a chicken, a steak, a catfish, whatever. It's fried. That's what makes it taste good. $19.95. You get this, that'll chop this. You get this, that'll chop that. Oh, well, wait, we can't do this all fucking day. I'll give you another one for $20. You're robbed on the first one. That's what you need. That's it. Wait, oh, we're ready for the chops. We got a nice steam. Never put meat in a pan unless the pan's really hot. Because you have to sear it first. If you don't sear it, all the blood comes out. So once you put it in, put it right back on there and crank the shit. Get it as high as you can. Because that's going to sear the outside. Then you're going to flip it. It's going to sear it again. And it's going to make those little croutons, the little breadcrumbs, the crackers, the cornflakes, the fucking Rice Krispies, whatever the fuck you use to do this. It's going to get it going. Make it crisp. If you put it in medium heat, all it's going to do is sog up everything. And you're going to ruin the pan. So we got this cranked. So we got our veggies to put on top. Now we got to do our applesauce. These things have been sitting in hot water for quite a while. Probably, they should have been in there a little bit longer. So now, we got a whole thing of these full of old apples that we took the peel off, remember? They're nice and soft right now. That'll mash right up nice. Alright, everybody see that? Ooh. But apples are only apples until you do something else to them. So we got some, I'm pretty sure we brought some cinnamon. We're going to throw a little bit of cinnamon in there. Butter would be the best if you had butter. But you know what? Who was it? No Frills. They had a sale. 97 cents for a big old container, but I can't believe it's not butter. If you can't believe it's not butter, it's probably just as good. So that works too. We're going to throw some more margarine in here. There you go. And we still had some brown sugar somewhere. Oh yeah, these chops are looking good. Once you see the blood coming out from the side, a steak, a pork chop, a piece of chicken, whatever, anything else. The only difference, a hamburger, if it comes off the top, flip it. Anything else, it's got to come out the sides first. Then you flip it. See, right now we're pretty fucking close. We're about maybe like 5 minutes away from the blood coming out the side. We're going to show you that in 2 minutes when it's ready. I just don't want to forget. And you may think it's burning. Don't worry, it's not burning. It's not burning. Alright, back to the apples. Brown sugar. A little bit over here. We're going to make some applesauce. Alright, we need just a little bit of water, not much. If you happen to have any juice around, apple juice, or it doesn't even matter what kind of juice you got, as long as it's something from the fruit already. Do you have any juice here? Any kind of juice?
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I got Kool-Aid.
You got Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid will do. Alright. Just a little splash of Kool-Aid just to change the flavor, get a little hint there going. Kool-Aid jammers, man. That's the fucking cat. You can't put a lot in there though. You can only put a little bit. So a little something just to change the color. Just a hair. Just a hair. It's still going to look like applesauce, but there's going to be a little bit of je ne sais quoi in there. That's between me and you. Don't tell anybody about that. That's a fucking secret. Alright guys, I think those pork chops are ready. Yeah. A little bit of blood coming out the side. A little bit of blood out the side, not much. Starting to discolor. That way it's ready for flipping. Where the lot of people do is they're cooking chops, they're cooking steaks. They want to flip them all the time. Flip them, flip them, flip them, flip them. Same thing with fish, a fillet of sole or whatever you're cooking. Put it there, let it cook, forget about it. It'll cook. It'll cook. You don't got to be in control of the heat. Use what you got, and don't wreck your producer's pan. Get a fork instead of using a big ass knife. Tongs.
If you got 'em.
If you happen to have tongs, use a tong. Oh, look at that. Look at that, folks. Dark, golden. That's dark around the bone just because that's where it was. That's going to be the shit, folks. We can turn that down just a hair now because it was already piping hot when we flipped it. So it's getting brown now. We're going to turn it down just so we don't burn anything else. And that way we can take care of everything else and not have to worry about it. So we're going to bring that down to about maybe like a 4 heat. Not quite minimum, but like a 4 or a 3. Yeah, maybe a 2. Alright. So now we have our applesauce ready to go. You want to mash this up if you want. What we would normally do is strain this to get the seeds out and stuff like that. But there's a couple seeds, but we're not picky, you know what I mean? We just mash it all up. Does this not smell awesome? Can you smell that? That smells fucking awesome.
They're getting really hungry.
And if there's a seed in there, we'll pick it out. Whatever. Don't be a cry out. Just pick out the fucking seed. This way you don't have to clean the apples to begin with. So you're already up ahead. Alright. So we got our pork chops almost done. We have our applesauce ready to go on top of it.
Okay, we're going to restart it full again.
So now we got our applesauce made. Our chops are like beautiful, beautiful chops. Always make them the way I showed you to make them because that's okay. It's beautiful. Okay, close up of the chops on the camera. We'll like cut this in somewhere so you can see that. All right. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a plate, and it's all about presentation too, right, folks? It's all about presentation. Well, not really. It's about how good it tastes and how cheap it was, but no, it's nice to make it look good. Make sure you clean your hand just like I did before I got back on here. Totally cleaned them. This is what you do. You grab your chop. Oh, it's beautiful. You take a little bit of applesauce, just a hair, just like that. There's only 4 seeds in that one, so that's okay. And then what you do is you drizzle it just on the side with your carameled vegetables. Now look how dark that is. That's your sugar. So it's a sweet sauce with a garden vegetable blend. Normally we'd have a little potato on the side or something else, but it's our first show and we're running out of time. Well, not really. We're not really running out of time.
You got all kinds of
I
time.
forgot to make the fucking potatoes. Sorry. Next week, 3 different kinds of potatoes. Alright? You gotta tune in. But, is there any way, like, we're gonna do it this way?
Yeah. Okay.
And, if I tilted it all the way this way, I'd spill it in the applesauce. So I won't. But trust me, this looks fucking good. Now, what we've also been doing, we want a gimmick for our show. My son, being the YouTube jackass videos, likes to watch that. He says, Dad, everybody wants to see somebody drink something fucking gross. I'm like, alright. So what we've been doing is we've been putting all our stuff in the blender. We might as well throw some green peppers in there. Maybe a little baby pepper. Now we're going to blend that with a 1/4 cup of water. And what me and our producer Oh yeah, the camera's reversed. This guy. It was going to be a coin toss, but I volunteered for tonight. I volunteered to drink this with a little bit of water in it. So let's blend this stuff up and see what happens.
Good.
I don't think fucking fruit punch is going to help this at all.
Yeah, use some fruit punch in there.
Well, I'm thinking putting beer in it.
Put beer in.
Beer, vegetables, fruit punch.
Yeah, beer and fruit punch.
Where's the fruit punch?
Oh, that's your fucking secret.
Oh yeah, and we didn't use the 2 little baggies, so tune in
yeah.
next week. We have carrots and baggies of stuff.
Baggies of stuff.
Oh shit.
Those are clean dishes.
Well shit, man. I'm doing my best with what I got here. Tune in next week when we clean the dishes.
Yeah, just spill it on the counter. That's okay though, you can clean that stuff up right there. Yeah, beer. Beer always makes everything taste better.
I may or may not vomit. I have a very weak stomach. All 110 pounds of it. Where's the cover?
Somewhere.
Yes. Okay. What setting do you think would be good for this?
Fucking puree, buddy.
Puree,
Puree.
ice, hand chop. Well, I don't know. There's 3 red ones. Grind?
Oh,
It needs
how
more
about you
liquid.
just, yeah,
It needs more liquid.
yeah. That'll get her juice.
There you go. Oh, see that? Yeah, I'm standing in front of it actually. There you go.
Now you're standing in front of me.
My God, should I stand on my head? Okay, are you ready? Alright, folks.
That's enough pissing off the neighbors.
For your entertainment. I swear it's only for you. It's not for me.
Oh, that's nice. That would be delicious. Oh,
Oh, it doesn't smell very good either.
let me smell that. Oh, it smells kind of carroty.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to After Darks with Serge Top. Oh man. I'm scared. Here's the sink.
Can't be that bad.
Next week,